These are 3 hard-earned jewels that'll save you blood, sweat, and tears. We have to learn them the long way. You don't have to.
1, 2.
It's 3 the hard way.
People make mistakes a lot of times when the pressure gets to them because they're just not prepared. They're just unfamiliar with the environment, the situation. So there's like a limitless amount of things that can go wrong because of that. A lot of times it's just panicking. I liken it to like driving on a 1-lane street and they have like the little construction walls on that 1 lane, and normally without the walls you feel comfortable, but those walls are there and you start feeling like, you know, I'm gonna turn too hard left or turn too hard right, and you panic and you can cause a big situation, but it's just the walls are there. But normally you can drive between the lines without even thinking about it. So I think it's just panicking. Like sometimes people panic because it feels unfamiliar and they don't trust themselves in those situations. If anything, if you're familiar with how you go through your process of coming to a conclusion, whether there's pressure or not, like I think staying composed and trusting your process is key. So if your process is solid, it doesn't matter if there's pressure or not. What I've seen a lot of is like people not focusing on the work instead of focusing on what tools they're using. Like, so they're more interested in this lens can do that, or this body has this feature, or this software has this plugin, or this one has, it's like, yeah, but what's your story? What are you delivering at the end? What do your designs look like? At the end of the day, like these are just tools to try to get you to your deliverable, not fixate on, you know, how many menu options you can go into within the camera. Like that's fine. You know, like years ago, we didn't have any of these things and people were making work that is comparable, if not better than what we're putting out now. So don't get lost in the constant like flooding of new technology that's being thrown out there, right? Like if you have a need for it, go figure out how to solve your problem with whatever new tool that's out there. But if what you're putting out is still palatable, is still good enough with what you have, use what you have. Like there's no need to upgrade. I saw a video where this guy he was still on a 5D Mark II and he was shooting all of his video on that. And everybody was still loving his videos. Like, I think it's okay to address a mistake with your team, because a lot of times when things go wrong, people will try to fill the gaps in themselves, and it can lead to even more problems than you anticipate by just leaving it dead air, right? And everybody's kind of trying to figure out, well, I think it's because this and that, and this person did this. Oh, do you remember when he said this thing? Or do you remember when she said that thing? I think it's because of those things. That's, yeah. Now there's this giant conspiracy running around when it could have just been, you know, I put a comma instead of a period. It might be easier just to explain the situation, let them know like what it is, and then move forward. But I think in moving forward, before you tell them what the mistake was, be ready to answer questions and have a solution in mind as to how to mitigate any damages that might be coming from that mistake. And then your team is able to go, okay, we have a true leader that's thinking about what's going on right now, as opposed to just trying to, you know, act like nothing ever happened. It showcases the character of the individual when they're able to connect with their team on a human level and say, look, you make mistakes, I make mistakes. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna figure out how to solve this. Here's my plan for it. If that doesn't work, I'll figure out something else and we'll get there. You know, and I think the team starts to believe in their leader a little bit more when that person has a direction and has a vision for where they need to go.